Now, Derby County owner Mel Morris has told Sky Sports News that he is devastated after Derby confirmed they're going to enter administration and can now face a 21-point deduction. The EFL will impose the standard 12-point penalty for entering administration, but that could then be added to by a separate sanction for alleged breaches of EFL accounting rules. We told you earlier in the week that Derby were negotiating the EFL over a punishment for those breaches, with the understanding that it was likely to be an immediate 9-point deduction with a further 3 points suspended. But in a statement confirming the plan to go into administration, the Derby board had this to say. They said that despite their best efforts, it became clear that a new buyer would not be found in the short term. They blamed the effect of COVID-19 and the pandemic for their inability to fulfil day-to-day financial obligations. There's a further claim that they were denied the access to the EFL-sourced financial assistance, missing out on help to the tune of more than £8 million. And they've called on the league and the administrator to help find a new buyer with the greatest urgency and begin the process of rebuilding the club. Well, Derby owner Mel Morris bought the club in 2015 and has told Sky Sports News that since the start of the pandemic, monthly losses have been between £1.3 and £1.5 million. Several takeovers have fallen through, including one just last week. Gary Neville, a co-owner at Salford, of course, gave us his reaction.
We've got to stop this happening. I think when owners come into football clubs, there should be an obligation to be able to cover their obligations that they sign up to. And until we have that in place, then we're going to have big trouble and continue to have trouble. And examples like Derby are going to keep coming forward. You know, we've had Bury, we've had Macclesfield, we've had Derby, we've had Bolton, Wigan, all these clubs, and Bolton, Wigan have come out of it. But it's got to stop. And I know there's been a sort of fan-led review that's been led by Tracy Crouch. She's put recommendations forward. Oliver Dowden said that he was going to support those recommendations. Nadine Dorries has just taken over from Oliver Dowden. We need to hear from Nadine Dorries that she's going to support the recommendations of the fan-led review to put an independent regulator in place to change rules in English football to stop this happening. Derby are now in a perilous position. My hometown club have been there 3 or 4 years ago. It has to stop. And it's this desperation to be part of this, the Premier League. And it's amazing, the Premier League. I think this is the best Premier League start to a season I've ever seen, the highest quality I've ever seen. The fans back in the stadium, the stadiums are wonderful, but there is a desperation and a urgency that goes beyond what will be sporting. Yeah, you should be disappointed if you go down or if you don't go up, but not to the point where you lose your club. And that's what's happening. And Derby have chased and they've chased and they've chased and they've chased, and they've not got the golden ticket. They've not got the golden ticket, and now they may go out of business. That cannot happen to a football club and an institution like Derby County.